Friday morning. It is 9-ish here in San Antonio, Texas, Central Standard Time. For anybody watching me, I know I have people watching me in Canada, and I never know whether it's 2 hours, 3 hours forward or back. I just give up. What does this button do? Aw, don't want to blush. Do you want to crush? Do you want to pop? Ooh, that's my color scheme right there. All right. So women don't let men do the work, right? That's the theme. If you saw this description, you're probably going, "What the f?" So two reactions to that headline. You're either thinking, "Yeah, I need to watch this because that's true. I've been doing my work. I've gone on my retreats. I've been learning to meditate. I'm breathing. And, my girlfriend, my wife, my mom, no one gives me a break. No one's giving me a chance to get better at this stuff. I'm new at it. Damn it, let me do my work." Or you're jumping on here because you're like, "What the F is this guy talking about? How dare he? I'm not getting anybody's way," right? If you're a woman, maybe you might be thinking that way. Or maybe you're a woman who thinks, "Yeah, that's right. We don't let the men do enough work." I'm really talking specifically about what I see every day. As I'm expanding my social media, it's caused me to have to go into look at Instagram, and have to look at TikTok, and I still see 90% of the content is purely toxic illusion, bot articles that people are just reading off the screen, copying other people's stuff, someone getting a wild hair up their butt because somebody talked about something exciting, and then therefore, oh, that's what's happened to me, and repeating the process over and over again. Well, what I'm seeing in the men's work specifically, there seems to be two sides. There are the men who are leading the coaching side of it, where the men that have done their work, and that we're seeing videos of the men talking to groups of men and women about the work. And then we see the other side, where it's just the men complaining and using the trending TikTok sound of a man screaming, or of a man talking about, you've heard those ones that they're like, "The man's role in the sacred masculine and the feminine, blah, 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 blah." Real cool. Yeah. They get their 100,000 likes, and they got the perfect noir look. Good for you. Good for you. My challenge here is noticing that so many of the men that are on the women are against me tribe, they're talking about, "Women don't let us do our work. Women, they say they want a good man, and they don't appreciate a good man until he's gone. And then when you miss us, you finally come back, and I don't need you anymore." There's such arrogance. There is so much arrogance in the empowerment movement. Now, it's also on the women's side, but I'm talking about the men's side, because the men's side is actually more unilateral. When the men are just condemning women on large by saying, women say they want a good man, right? Again, they're saying women. They're not saying some women. They're saying women say they want a good man to provide for them, love for them, and care for them. And then when they've had a bad story, a tragedy, what are they doing? These men are getting their empowerment on during their healing process. Again, I'm not shaming that part. They're going through the healing stages, finding who they are again, hopefully. But there's a challenge in the empowerment movement. Again, that I'm saying it's on both the women's side and on the men's side. I'm speaking specifically around the men's side. when a man is could be climbing out of hell for the first time in his life, realizing that the roles he's been playing in his life are all an illusion. The roles were put on him, and then the roles were adopted by him, and then he surrendered to the rules of what it is to be a man. Yes, it's good that that construct is being broken down through your healing process. Maybe you got dumped. Maybe you've had problem after problem in relationships. Maybe someone left you. Maybe you left someone. Maybe during the process, your children were completely taken away from you, and you're still just shouting to the heavens that you're the one that's right, and all that matters is that everything she did was wrong, and you're supposed to be free and clear. That condemnation is not empowerment. So if you pay attention to the levels of emotion and the emotional ladder as you move up the scale, yes, there's a state of animality, there's a state of hell and despair that to get the inertia to move out of it, out of a breakup, out of a divorce, out of I'm being stuck. Let's say I'm Tina Turner being abused every day and I'm trapped, right? There's something has to happen to rise up, right? To get out of bed, to file for the divorce, to fight back. Yeah, anger is very likely going to be a part of that process. The difference is to stay angry at a population, at a culture, at the world, and to use that trumpet of I was disempowered and therefore I'm empowered now. So I'm going to let everybody in the world know how awful these people are. That's not empowerment. That's toxic. So, men, pointing out that the woman in your life didn't let you do your work, pointing out that the woman in your life walked away from you without giving you a chance to work on yourself, complaining about the fact they just up and walked out the door one day. Boo-hoo. We're all on a journey. We are all on a journey. Yes, I get it. It sucks. I have both male and female clients where their partners have walked the F out the door. And when it happens, they always seem to think that there was no signs. And after work with me for a couple of hours, you realize there was a whole lot of signs that you just were not willing to do because, well, I'm the man and I'm the provider. So don't be getting on TikTok and Instagram cussing and yelling and screaming when your partner said, "Hey, I have a problem. I'm getting pretty angry about it and you're ignoring me." And you chose to ignore them, tell them that they're wrong, just like everybody else on the planet did for thousands of years. Don't be surprised they just up and walked out the door and they're pissed at you and they're hurt. And maybe they're at the healing stage where they cannot see that they are hurting people in the process of their empowerment. So don't do the same thing, guys. Don't do the same thing. Shame on you. You want to know why you think that women are not letting the men do their healing work. Did you ever notice how hard it was for them to do theirs? Did you ever notice and think that maybe they had to fight and scratch and claw and buy books and hide them, go out to girls' night and just cry while you thought they were just drinking, having a good time? Men, I get it. It's our turn to wake up. It's our turn to unravel all the bull crap of what a man is and evolve. So, yes, I get it. It's time that you, men, accept that just because you're getting resistance from your lover, your partner, your new relationship, your 10, 20, 30-year marriage. Just because you are on the process of healing and evolving yourself and you're now empowered to change and transform does not mean that it's your turn to now shout to the whole world that women don't let you do your work, because I promise you, it's been the other way around a whole lot longer. And I understand. I've been through it. I have dated women who have developed themselves after divorce, after trauma. And when we meet, it seems like a perfect harmony because I'm this guy that grew up in a hair salon. I'm masculine and I'm super feminine. I understand how to connect and be intimate without it being sexual. All the things that are me through my trials and tribulations and my healing journey and my spirituality and my mundaneness. I get it because I have dated those women too. The difference is, and I'm hoping you get this, if any guy sees this, is that when I am looking at my partner or former partner in this situation who is yelling, kicking, screaming, calling me toxic when I'm not even raising my voice, when she's telling me I'm a liar and a cheater when I know I'm not, when she's telling her friends and family that I don't exist and we've been dating for 3 years behind everyone's back, and she's dating other men and only pushing me away when she gets caught. I mean, that's all in the past. I'm saying when I dealt with that, I understood that that was a mirror reflection of me. So I could have compassion for her as she was destroying our relationship. I could have compassion for her as she was not letting me do my work. I mean, men, calm down. Calm down. When you can hold yourself energetically sound, secure as your partner, wife, girlfriend, daughter are falling apart and making up shit about you, you're letting them do their work. It's not your time to validate and push and fight back because they've been doing it a whole lot longer than we have. If you don't like it, leave, walk away, come back. You can actually just end the conversation and walk away and let them shout, let them run out of steam because, right, you gotta let anybody, any fight, any argument. And again, I have a hard time talking about men because I work with both and it's both the same, but I gotta say this to men because you're not gonna listen to me unless I say, men, stop doing this. Stop doing videos on TikTok. Stop doing Instagram posts about how women don't want an evolved man just because you one day finally decided to jump on the men's work movement. I'll tell you what, doing this work for 6 years professionally with men and women, I can tell you every single person I've ever met that is on their empowerment kick and not working with a coach, not in a positive group setting around their empowerment. They're running around with a hammer and everything is a fucking nail. I'm talking about those narcissistic abuse groups. Yeah, stop it, Vince. Don't be involved in any group where the title and the headline is about the problem. Because I'm a part of those groups too. I observe and I see the conversations, and it's a freaking wildfire. So, men, when you do a video where you're screaming and yelling at the world and you put some popular caption about how women aren't letting men do their work, shut up. I mean, I'm sorry and not sorry. Do the work. Do your actual work. Don't make a video condemning that the world won't let you do your work because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that BS. Spend less time making videos and more time in a journal, more time crying in your pillow, more time walking away from the person you love that's upsetting you and just breathe. Let them believe what they want to believe. Find your truth, know who you are, break up with the labels. Stop using your empowerment as an excuse to be angry at women. That's all I got for today. I hope you men are listening because it's our turn to wake up again because the movement's happening. If both sexes don't wake up and understand that we're all connected and all one, we're heading for another disaster. And we're just going to blame it on the trending illusion that is being put on TV to say, oh, it happened because of blank. No, it happened because of you. You are the master of your reality. You create the world you live in. Enough of yous and me's get together. There is an impact manifest on a global scale, one to many, over and over and over again until we get it. Because these cycles go over and over and over again until they reach a paradox. And then you're either going to go back to one side or the other, or you're going to finally sit in the middle of that paradox and go, whoa, I don't have to react. I don't have to fire back. I don't have to scream. I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to go out and look for reasons to be angry because I got some wound that can't be healed unless I can scream it out. I have more and more and more male clients these days that are coming from that environment and now they're addicted to the hard bioenergetic screaming, yelling work. And then when they finally realize that it's breaking them, even though it saved their life a few years ago, now it's actually ruining their life. What's happening? They're leaving the organizations altogether and having no support again. So the cycles keep continuing for men and women over time. And they're going to start getting tighter and tighter and tighter circles until both sides are standing on the edge of the abyss and going, what are we fighting about? So I don't care if it's the masculine energy. I don't care if it's the feminine energy. We are all one. We're all part of the creator. That's my language. It may not fit yours. Whatever you're going to do it consciously. You want to be a mission? Do being mission consciously and write down what the heck that mission is, because when you get triggered and are screaming and yelling at your kids, your wife, or if you're a woman and you're screaming at your husband, you're listening to this too, then you're not in a mission. When you're in mission, how you show up matters more than everybody else. If somebody disrespecting you or devaluing you or disempowering you or lying about you makes you so upset that you can't be in your mission, then you weren't in mission in the first place. Or worse, you never actually wrote it down. You just started repeating the words. I'm in mission because I'm a man. Oh. I worked with a man the other day who I asked him, because I hadn't seen him in a long time. He's not a client. So I asked him, how's your vision going? He said, oh, well, it's hard to maintain it when I have a bad day. And I asked him what his vision was. His vision was all really good, nice sounding abstract words, which mean absolutely nothing. So if you're a man and you're in a relationship and you're in a challenge, if you're a man and you are losing a relationship, if you're a man and someone just left you or you just left them, and you're worried about the kids, all the things are crashing down around you, and you want to get your life back together, figure out your actual mission, and write it down and then read it back to yourself. Is it really good feeling words or is it concrete? $20,000 in the bank account left over after paying all my bills. Showing up for my daughter and my family when they need me the most. And what it looks like is they're crying and they're screaming at me and I'm not reacting. If you're not getting detailed and specific, I'm sorry, you're not ever going to get your mission accomplished, ever. You're just going to keep spinning the wheels over and over and over again, going back to the circle, going from one group to the next, from one religion to the next, like I did. You got to get specific. And one more thing, which is really going to piss off some people. Stop saying that you don't know what God wants for you, so you got to get out of the way and let God show you. No, that's not what God wants. God wants you to say what you want and give him the instructions specifically. And then he wants you to get the F out of the way. You're doing it backwards. So move forward, be in your heart, notice when you're not, forgive yourself, forgive everyone around you because you are sacred, you are worthy, and we can do a whole lot better, man. So stop fighting, and maybe they'll just stop fighting with you. Try that for a change because respect and love and trust is given, not earned. It never has been, it never will be. And I challenge you to prove me wrong. Bless you. I love you. Cheers.